So on paper, the Chicago Sky are out of their minds to let Chennedy Carter walk. But that's exactly what's happening, because they could have extended a qualifying offer for her, given, her free agent status. Instead, they declined to, which makes her an unrestricted free agent, which is them telling you they don't want her back.
Breaking news for basketball fans. The Chicago Sky is falling apart right before our eyes, cutting their leading scorer, Chennedy Carter. But wait, this isn't your typical roster move. Carter isn't slipping quietly into free agency. She's making waves and bringing plenty of drama on her way out.
And shot creation and what she did last year and her talent, for them to just not want her back and to let her walk is a big statement.
They say where there's smoke, there's fire. And in Chicago, it's a full-blown blaze. Chennedy Carter has been setting social media on fire with some cryptic tweets aimed directly at Angel Reese, and fans can't stop talking. When your top scorer starts taking shots at teammates in public, you know something's off in the Windy City. So what's really going on with Carter, and what does it mean for the future of the Sky? Buckle up, because things are getting messy. Let's dive in.
Chennedy Carter future in the W is not looking good, bro. I think it might just be over for her. Now, with all that being said, I know everybody want to know exactly what transpired online last night, and that's what we finna get into right now. Let's pull up this series of tweets, because the comment section of these tweets.
Crazy, right? The Chicago Sky just dropped their leading scorer. Yep, you heard that correctly. Chennedy Carter, who put up an impressive 17.5 points per game last season, is now without a team. Didn't see that one coming, did you?
That's not out of nowhere. That's not nothing. And I think it says a lot that the Sky are the latest team to be willing to part with Chennedy Carter, especially considered how talented she is, because she's got skills. There's no question.
Let's take a moment to appreciate this. Carter wasn't just good, she was unstoppable. We're talking about a player who led the Sky in scoring and then went overseas to China and lit it up, averaging almost 30 points a game. That's not just skill, that's next-level superstar potential.
Basically saying, the fits are going to be different and all that, but all the reporting and the common sense tells you that there were issues behind the scenes with Chennedy Carter, and this is not the first time. That has been the story of her WNBA career. And if someone else is going to give her a chance, it may be her last chance in the WNBA. But so it's almost shocking that it would happen from just a basketball personnel standpoint. But it's not surprising to see Chennedy Carter have a Sky goodbye, given everything else.
So why would the Sky cut loose a player like that? Buckle up, because this is where things get interesting. Sky GM Jeff Palier hinted that Carter's departure wasn't just about numbers. He mentioned that her fit with the team had changed. And we all know what that usually means in sports lingo, right? Translation, there's trouble behind the scenes.
Says the GM. She's extremely talented and is a player that can impact the game at the highest level in our league. We absolutely appreciate all she did for our team last year. However, we've made changes to our staff and we'll make changes to our roster. Those changes impact Kennedy's fit on the team, so we wanted to give her the best opportunity as a...
Here's the crazy part. The Sky aren't just letting Carter leave. They're practically showing her the door. GM Jeff Palioka claimed they wanted to give her the best opportunity as a free agent. Translation, we're good without you. Hard to believe this is the same franchise that was on top of the world just a few years ago, winning championships and making headlines for all the right reasons. Now, those glory days feel like a distant memory. The Sky crashed hard last season, stumbling to a disappointing 13-27 record, 5 games worse than the year before. Talk about a free fall.
Is Angel Reese, did she just run a coach out of town, and is she running a player out of town? Their best shooter out of town? Because Chennedy Carter looks like she's ready to book it out of Chicago.
Chicago Sky is unraveling, and the drama is unfolding in real time. Their leading scorer, Chennedy Carter, has been cut. But this isn't just about basketball. It's a messy cocktail of locker room tension, questionable coaching, and front office decisions that have left fans shaking their heads. Let's start with Carter. She wasn't just good, she was electric, dominating the court and shining overseas in China with nearly 30 points per game. Yet, Sky GM Jeff Palioka cited fit issues as the reason for her release. Translation: there's trouble behind the scenes. Word is, the locker room has been a drama-filled disaster. Players were reportedly fed up with Carter's attitude, and former coach Teresa Weatherspoon didn't exactly step in to restore order. Instead, she's been accused of playing favorites, particularly with Angel Reese. Sources say Weatherspoon gave Reese all the minutes and attention, creating a toxic environment where team chemistry took a backseat to individual glory. Reese's struggles didn't help matters. Her layup percentage, a dismal 42.4%, the worst in the league. Meanwhile, Carter subtly threw shade on social media, highlighting the importance of making easy shots, a tweet many took as a jab at Reese. The passive-aggressive back and forth only added fuel to the fire. The Sky's decline has been swift. Once WNBA champions in 2021, they since spiraled, finishing last season with a 13-27 record. James Wade, their former coach and GM, left mid-season for the NBA. Star players like Candace Parker and Courtney Vandersloot have moved on, while trades and roster moves have left the team in disarray. Even rookie Camila Cardoso, a highly touted draft pick, struggled to find her place under Weatherspoon's leadership. As if things couldn't get worse, former Sky player Marina Mabrey slammed the team's culture after being traded to the Connecticut Sun. She praised her new team's discipline and professionalism, throwing indirect but stinging criticism at Chicago. Meanwhile, the Indiana Fever has been doing everything right. Once the league's underdogs, they've transformed into playoff contenders without the drama. President Kelly Kroskoff and head coach Stephanie White have built a disciplined, team-focused culture. Caitlin Clark leads the charge with her brilliance on the court and unselfish leadership, elevating everyone around her. While the Fever rise, the Sky are left to pick up the pieces of a fractured locker room and a tarnished reputation. Can they rebuild? Only time will tell, but one thing is clear: the Sky's fall from grace is a cautionary tale for any team chasing success without a solid foundation. James Wade, their former coach and GM, left mid-season for the NBA. Star players like Candace Parker and Courtney Vandersloot have moved on, while trades and roster moves have left the team in disarray. Even rookie Camila Cardoso, a highly touted draft pick, struggled to find her place under Weatherspoon's leadership. As if things couldn't get worse, former Sky player Marina Mabrey slammed the team's culture after being traded to the Connecticut Sun. She praised her new team's discipline and professionalism, throwing indirect but stinging criticism at Chicago. Meanwhile, the Indiana Fever has been doing everything right. Once the league's underdogs, they've transformed into playoff contenders without the drama. President Kelly Kroskoff and head coach Stephanie White have built a disciplined, team-focused culture. Caitlin Clark leads the charge with her brilliance on the court and unselfish leadership, elevating everyone around her.